Hey, it's Deborah, and sorry, the backdrop here is not very scenic, but I want to give you a little interview preview. I'm about to talk to two swimmers from the Huntsman World Senior Games in St. George, and in a separate video, I'm going to interview a third teammate of theirs, and in another interview yet, I'm going to interview their head coach. And there are inspiring stories in every one of them, not just theirs, but they go on to share something more. Both these two I'm about to interview have a history or had an early start in swimming, but they also share that they were away from it for a period of time, and then that swimming was just a catalyst and started something more like biking and swimming. So watch this and pay special attention to one of them share that she was 9 days in a psychiatric hospital and realized movement was a big part of getting well and living again. Watch this. Hey guys, it's Deborah with Flipping 50 TV, and I am here with
Jan Miller from Texas
and
Allison LaField from Texas.
And we're at the swimming venue, and the two of them both have a lot of hardware around their necks. So I wanted to know what their events were, how long they've been competing, and what inspires you to be here. So let's start with you. Don't go away, I'm coming back.
Okay.
This time I swam 9 events. I got 7 first places, a second place, and a disqualified. Hi, Susan in the back. That's our coach. She's always encouraging and keeps us smiling.
So awesome. Okay.
The first time I came here was in 2000 when I turned 50, because that's when the youngest can start joining the.
You got to be legal.
I was legal.
Nice.
So I had a wonderful meet, set some records, and the hospitality here is excellent. And
so tell me, have you been swimming a long time before that?
I swam as a child, and I competed in many national events. I tried for the Olympics, made the final heat in my event, but if I wasn't 1 or 2, I didn't go to the Olympics. So I got my tonsils out instead. And I always felt
you needed closure.
I needed closure. I never got to go to the Olympics, and then when we had the Pan American Games, I missed that by less than a half a second. So I felt like that would be something I'd like to do. So coming to the World Huntsman Games is very satisfactory, just checking it off my list, but rather than just coming once, this is my 3rd time. And when I turn 70 and age up, I will be back, God willing. And
because you'll be a baby in that age group.
Yes,
got it.
I know.
Strategy.
Strategy. And I belong to a team that loves to travel. Nice. So coming from Texas to Utah, a lot of competitors won't do that, but I have teammates here. There's 5 of us, and we met one more that's coming to San Antonio. So we'll be back, and we'll have enough for a relay or whatever we need. But we can stay together. We rented a house this time, and it's just we go out and eat, and we laugh a lot, and we just have a good time. And so it's a girls' week off. And
what would you say to somebody who doesn't have your background, who wasn't a swimmer or an athlete, but maybe looking at I'm getting too old, or I don't think now's a good time for me to do this anymore? What would you say?
Well, when my parents got sick, I took care of them, and so I didn't swim or compete for 10 years. Last year I was in a mental hospital for 9 days, and it scared me because I wasn't doing anything, and I just thought I'm going to go swimming. I'm going to do something that's active and that I can be around other women that want to be active. So I joined our local fitness center, And even though I'm a swimmer, I signed up for yoga and aerobics and, you know, all these other things, and to get in shape.
Keep you fit for it.
Yes.
Love it.
So I was so muscleless that
Is that a word?
yeah.
Okay, it
In
is
my
now.
vocabulary.
Good.
I had no, I mean, I really had no muscle. And I guess there's a principle that says if you use it, it will grow. Even if you're 68.
Or 78 or 88.
88,
Yep.
96 we've had here. That if
And I
you
think
use
this guy
it,
is 76 in lane 5.
wow. So it doesn't make any difference. If you start moving, it'll get every time, every week, it'll get easier, and it's encouraging. So for me to have a goal, like I'm going to the Huntsman World Senior Games, it makes me practice.
Yep.
All right.
So good. Thank you so much. I'm going to go after your girlfriend.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi there.
She's a chatty Cathy. Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about you. How long have you been swimming, period, and competing?
I've been, well, I swam all my life. I was a competitive swimmer in high school, went away to college, focused on my studies, came back home, got married.
People do that.
Came back home, had children, and got into that domestic life.
Yeah.
When my kids were old enough and started school, I thought, well, it's time to start swimming, get back in shape. Started swimming with a great group of people who got me into cycling, who got me into running, got me into sprint
That's a
triathlons,
triathlon,
and then
okay.
we started doing Ironmans.
Are you doing triathlon tomorrow?
No, not here.
Okay.
We're just here for swimming.
Okay.
I've joined up swimming where my children swam in San Antonio. They actually swam in the same pool that I did in high school. I'd sit there at practice and tell them stories about when I swam there, and I thought, there's no reason for me not to be in the water.
That's so good.
2 years later, I finally donned a suit, got in, started swimming. Took about a year, and I started competing, and then it just evolved to everything. Cycling, running.
And you've got hardware here. What did you swim?
I swam the, let's see, I swam 6 events. I swam the 200
She's got
IM,
ribbons and medals.
the 50 fly, the 50 meter back, the 100 back and fly are kind of my stroke, 100 meter fly, and 200 IM.
Awesome.
And
So
200
awesome.
back. I did 200 back too.
Tell me this, how important is team? So
Oh, it's everything.
Swimming is an individual
It's-
thing. I mean, nobody's in that lane with
It's
you, but
everything.
yet you've got people.
Because you know when you're in that lane by yourself, focused on your race, that you're racing against yourself. You're not racing against the other people in the other lanes. It's just about your personal best. But you've got this whole network of your team there rooting for you, cheering you on, you know, keeping you going when you can't go anymore. They're there. They're the difference. They push you. Mentally you train and you condition, but they're really who get you over the finish line sometimes when you just don't have it in yourself. They're
Love it.
everything.
Last question. Somebody's at home, and unlike the two of you, they weren't necessarily a swimmer. What would you tell them if they're feeling like it's too late?
It's never too late. Swimming is one of the best exercises you can do. I'm also a coach in San Antonio.
Okay.
And I'll turn you on to our head coach here in just a minute.
I know, I want to talk to her.
So I coach, and it's a great fitness exercise. Your joints don't hurt. It's unlike running. You don't wear out your knees. It's the ideal exercise for anyone over 50.
So good.
It's fabulous. Come out and try it. You don't have to ever have been a swimmer. You don't need to know how to swim. You can get some lessons if you're uncomfortable or you don't think you are confident enough in the water. Any coach will take you aside and help you. They'll get you to where you need to be.
I love it. Thanks so much for your
Well,
time.
thank you.
Congratulations.